Welcome to episode 3, Becoming an Ironman whilst I travel across America and Canada. For the next 5 weeks, I'll be travelling across America and Canada with my wife Rachel. I'll be visiting 6 different locations, and in part 1 of this 2-part series, I'll be showing some of the challenges I face whilst trying to continue my training prep for this Ironman in October, as well as showing some of the cool things we see and get up to. In this episode, we'll be travelling to Boston, New York and Austin, so I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please be sure to like and subscribe to show support on my journey. Alright, so Rachel and I are not long arrived in America, and our first stop is Boston. Last night was a bit of a mad dash. We dropped the cases in the hotel and then we went straight to one of the biggest things on our list of things to do when we're here, and it was a Boston v Philadelphia playoff basketball match, which was unreal. And then it was straight to bed for a long kip because I am still not recovered from that boys' golf trip. My throat, as you can probably still hear, and my cough and my chest is still holding on to something. But anyway, today we were playing the tourists. We were doing, well, we started off getting breakfast. That's as much as I remember. What else did we do? Rachel's here as well.
Hi. We went to the public library. We walked there.
Oh yeah, that was good.
We went to the Freedom Trail. We went to Harvard and had a lovely lunch.
Yeah.
Went to MIT. William was there with me.
I know. I'm doing this. I'm just shattered now. This time, the big challenge is going to be how I continue to train and fuel myself with nutrition whilst I'm doing a hell of a lot of travelling. Now tomorrow morning I'm going to get up and do my first workout. We're going to go for a longer cycle down the hotel gym. So there's a bike there, I've went and sourced it. Start of nutrition, I've got ahead of the game. So I don't have any of my kind of carb drinks. I don't have the kind of normal everyday nutrition that I would normally have. So I'm going to be very much reliant on supermarket buys, kind of getting my carb drinks. And something I would say I struggle with is just kind of keeping top of my protein. Again, it's always something, even if I've not got a muscle building focus, like I don't just have just now, I still always need to make sure I'm getting enough protein for recovery, and again for holding on to as much muscle as I possibly can whilst doing this training. So again, I'm going to be probably quite reliant on things like protein drinks, protein bars to top up from my meals when I'm out and about. But anyway, that is how our trip started in Boston, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this episode. Now, I know it might seem like I've not shown too much of Boston. It seems like a bit of a whirlwind, and that's exactly what it has been like for us. We have seen and done so much. Like I said at the start, we've just been your typical tourists, but tomorrow we now head off to New York for a couple of days before then heading on to Austin, Texas. picture. We're only here for a couple of days, and even though it's a weekend and I would normally go out a big long cycle, obviously my priorities are wanting to kind of make most of the experience. I've never been to New York, I've never been to America, and we're only here for pretty much one full day. I'm up nice and early, I'm going to get on the bike. Rachel's there training as well. So we're going to go on the bike and we're going to go for another 2 hours, which I'm going to let myself off the hook with. Getting 2 hours, not doing the usual 3.5, 4 hours. How are you finding the bike?
Boy.
Pulled a few strings, top of Rockefeller Centre, all to ourselves. That's what it says here, Newark Airport. Why? Where are you? We're now in Austin, and as much as the first just about a week has been pretty hectic, just being your typical tourists, trying to see and do everything, we're now here for the longest part of this trip. We're here for 10 days and I'm looking forward to settling down and just getting into a bit more routine. A couple of things to update you on. The first thing is the Tash is obviously back. I'm not risking running into Matthew McConaughey and not having a Tash back on my face. Today we are, like I said, we're going to be setting the foundations, kind of finding our bearings, but a couple of things we want to set ourselves up well with is getting a big food shop, because we have been eating out on the go since we've arrived in America, so we're looking forward to some home cooked meals and also just saving a little bit of money. Second of all is we're going to be looking for a gym membership over the next 10 days to get it set up and try and catch up / kind of plan ahead for the rest of the trip. There's a few options. There's Gold's Gym, there is Lifetime Fitness, which I think is a bit more like a kind of David Lloyd sort of club back home. So yeah, there's a couple of options we're looking at, and I'll let you know how we got on. Rachel and I are doing the one thing we tell ourselves we'll try and never do, and we're doing a big food shop whilst we're hungry. The supermarket is massive. I can already tell this is going to be extortionate, but
It's a fortune here. What's your guess? See who wins.
I reckon $200.
Yeah, $230.
You want $230? Right, let's see who wins. Right, Rachel, make us feel better about that.
Well, when it's converted, it's £160 odd. So that's only £60 more than our Aldi shop. I know it's more expensive, but
Still doesn't feel
more
good.
than more.
Not long back in from our first day, seeing what Austin has to offer, and we've got some good news. Obviously, one of the big things when we were here is setting up a gym membership. We really loved that Lifetime Fitness because it was, like I said, there were just a swimming pool, there was loads of good cardio machines for my bike sessions, and there was like 5 different branches. The only thing stopping us was, for Rachel and I, it was going to be costing like, I think it was just over 300, like kind of between $300 and $400, which is funny money. However, the good news is the person that was talking to us and kind of showing us around loved our Scottish accent, gave him the gift of the gab. As my mum always says, you've got a good Scottish tongue in your head, use it. You've got 7 days and you can still cancel it and get all your money back, and he actually told us this. 7 days is perfect because that'll mean we've got like 1 day at the end. The other days are like travelling, so we'll have 1 day afterwards which we can go to Gold's Gym, and we also can get a free day pass there. So for this entire trip, we shouldn't have to pay a single penny. Other thing I wanted to show was some of the things that we have bought with the food shop. Well over $200 worth of food shop, so I'm not going to bore you and go through all of that. One thing I'm going to show you is these things here. The only way I can describe them if you've not had them is like sugar puffs. They are so good, and I don't even know if they still do sugar puffs still back home.
Golden nuggets.
Rachel's saying they taste like gold nuggets.
I'm not saying ChatGPT said that.
ChatGPT said that.
Hi. They're like circle and yellow. They look like that, just big circles. They're meant to be like honey.
Oh, they taste amazing. They'll be a perfect pre-workout or late time snack to try and get my carbs up a little bit. Alexa, play Fleetwood Mac. We are finally getting to have a home cooked meal that Rachel has very well prepared. We're going to watch this with some Desperate Housewives. Don't judge it until you've watched it, it's actually really good. And of course I've got my extra carbohydrates via chips right there waiting for me, and as you can tell there's some wee guy on the roof above who thinks the apartment upstairs is a running track because he just doesn't stop moving. I have not swam for over a week and a half, so this is the first pool session for that long. This is the swimming session that we're doing today. The new technique, or the new thing we're learning today is spotting. So basically we're looking for something in the distance, like that big grey pole, to make sure that we don't swim off course when we're in open water swimming and do more distance than needed. Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Anything you want to say?
It's raining.
It is raining too. Tonight is my night to cook, so I'm going to go for a lovely little Asian chicken fried rice. Nice and easy, all in one pot, and we'll get started. I can't remember which Asian style chicken fried rice has Brussels sprouts in it, but they're so good, they're grand. This morning we've woken up a little bit earlier. We've got up at the back of 7 because the traffic here in Austin gets really bad around rush hour. Before we head out, Rachel last night made some nice overnight oats. We've got, how many grams of oats we get in here, do you know?
Maybe like 40.
We don't have
45.
a scooper, so around 40-45 grams of oats.
2 tablespoons.
About half a banana, frozen blueberries, dark chocolate, Greek yogurt, milk. Lovely. I'm testing out one of these driverless motors. Let's see how it works.
Good to see you, Rachel.
It's like a spaceship. Nah, this is weird. What a tune though. She's from Texas, I can tell by the way. First few days since I've got here, I've been looking out for nice little trails. And I spotted this one trail where there seems to be quite a lot of people running, so dropped the bags at the gym. Rachel's in there training just now, and I've headed out for a run. So it's called Ladybird Lake in Austin. Apparently there's some really nice spots to see. I'm not entirely sure how far it is. I'm hoping around the 10-mile mark, but anyway, we're out and moving. 2 miles in and the tap's off. Right, it may not look very sunny, but it is so hot and humid. Quick little stop on the run, just to show you these guys that are everywhere. Look at them just chilling out. I don't know what that one's doing. Taking a wrong turn somewhere. So we're back up. I'm now just at the bottom of the lake. We've done around 7k. Managed to do 16.3k, which is just over 10 miles, which is what we're going for, and it was an hour and 21. Overall, pretty happy with it. Just when we got to the turn, I started to feel a little kind of twinge in my hip. Knee started to kind of wobble a little bit, but we just kind of slowed things down a little bit. Got through the next kind of couple of miles and then it felt alright, the rest of it. But first run on the travels, happy with that. Right, normally I'm not massive on protein shakes. I get enough of my protein through my meals, my snacks throughout the day, but especially when I'm travelling and also when I'm doing these longer kind of activities or workouts with running and the cycling, having a protein shake just after it, just to tide me over until I get back and can have a meal, is ideal. And this one actually tastes so good. One of the things Rachel and I do really well, so I think, is obviously when we're doing all this travelling, it can be really expensive, but also you can go really long periods without eating, which is a big no-no for me. So basically, back to school, back-to-back lunches. We made these up last night. I've got a wee cheese sandwich here, and I've got a tuna sandwich here, and it is just going to allow me to get out and see Austin, fuel back up after that long run.
Why does stuff like this always happen to us?
Because I'm an animal, man. Is it?
Underneath this boat. No, that's a shame.
I want to see what type of snake it is. Is that a toy? I think that might be a toy.
No, I've kept videoing it, yeah, but it's giving me the fear running.
Yeah, that's not fake.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
What kind is it?
Some sort of python.
Looking some sort of pigeon.
Some sort of pigeon, man. Since we've came away, I've not done any longer than 2 hours on the bike. Shame on me. So this morning I got up a little bit earlier. It is just after 6, and we're going to go into the gym up nice and early. I always like to make the most of the mornings when I'm doing these longer cycles. I'm going to go in and try and do 3 hours on the bike, a little bit longer, whilst we are here in Austin and we have the kind of the 10 days here, so I don't feel like I'm kind of missing out on all the touristy stuff. I've got the time, I can go and do it. So as you can see, I've got my pre-cycle fuel. I've got a wee slice of cheese and toast, some orange juice. I'm going to take these for the bike because I don't have any of my carb drinks with me, and I'll maybe stop and get some Powerade or Gatorade alongside that. And then this is going to be the rocket fuel that gets me there today. Just Rachel whipping up the goods. Electrolytes mixing.
Mango.
A what?
Peach mango.
A Reach mango? Thank you very much. So Sunday, we're keeping our traditional Sunday where we chill out, relax. But today it is, what is it, like over 30 degrees here in Austin, it's roasting. And there's a little natural pool right in the middle of the city called Barton Springs here. So we've came, it is absolutely packed and we're just going to chill out here and sunbathe, which is not really something you get to do too much.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and we had pancakes before we came too. Great Sunday.
We did have pancakes. Hello. One of the main reasons Rachel and I joined this Lifetime Fitness is because one of the branches has got an outdoor quarry pool which can do laps in an outdoor swimming pool. So today we are doing that. I've got my muffin, my Gatorade. How are you feeling about this one, Rachel?
Feeling excited. Hopefully it's not too cold though, otherwise I'll be going back inside because I don't deal well with the cold, to be honest.
This could be quite cold.
No, I'm excited.
Pretty annoyed. Got down there and apparently there's some pretty nasty snakes that live around the quarry, and apparently swimming's not as common as I thought. It's more kind of paddleboarding, kayaks, canoes, so that's annoying because when I've got something set in my mind I feel like I need to do it, and if I don't do it I feel like I'm kind of going backwards or I'm kind of failing, which I know is not true. There's an outdoor pool here, so big picture, let's try and not get bitten by some snakes today, and we're going to head back in for the outdoor safety pool at the gym. Still be cold, but that's annoying. I really wanted to try and get a longer swim without stopping. This is it here, you can see. So it's like a proper size with some proper snakes apparently, and they're venomous. So like we did ask, are they venomous, are they dangerous, and he was like nah, just a few, like if they get you they can be quite nasty. Oh, just a few, is it? Aye. Cheers. obviously the last video you can tell things haven't really been going to plan this morning. I was hoping, kind of this full trip I knew that outdoor quarry was going to be here, and I had a lot of hopes and expectations about getting here and getting an open water swim, because the last time I'd done it was in Malaga and I really wasn't very good. I've done a lot of practice since then in the swimming pool, and I just wanted to kind of get back out in open water and just set that kind of new challenge. So this morning when that happened, I get really frustrated when basically what I planned doesn't kind of go to plan, if you like. On the flip side, it gave me a bit of extra motivation this morning. Since I've arrived here in America, again, I'm not cheering myself, I'm not giving myself any trouble, but the intensity's just not really been there, and I understood that would be the case where I'm travelling. Like, my energy levels are a little bit down, my legs are feeling heavy, I'm out trying to see and make as much of this once in a lifetime experience as possible. So for the training, my energy levels have been dipping, getting to the point with the disappointment this morning of not getting the open water swim. I set myself a new challenge and I managed to do 4k in the swimming pool, which is by a mile, well, technically speaking, by about a k, is the longest distance I've ever swam. Now the Ironman distance is actually only 3.8k swim, but like I said, that extra bit of motivation, that extra bit of dig, knowing that I might not get in a swimming pool for the next 2 weeks, things didn't go to plan this morning and I needed a win, so we got that win this morning. Come on. What's happened to you, Rachel?
Shower curtain post come off.
How did that happen?
Because I want a towel on it.
How do you feel now?
What?
How do you feel?
Stupid, because I asked my husband for help and he's yet to help me.
Today is the last day here in Austin. Tomorrow we fly to San Francisco to carry on the travels, but I honestly have loved Austin. It was never really somewhere that was kind of high on my bucket list, or even it wasn't on my radar. Rachel really wanted to come here. She said it was cool, they were a really good kind of fitness scene, lot of nice food, so we thought it'd be a really good place to come, and I'm so glad that we have, because it's been unbelievable. I always love the places where we kind of spend a little bit more time, you almost like make it like a little mini home. In terms of training, I'm really happy with what I got done. I'm not gonna lie, my energy levels for the actual training, I accept, haven't quite been where they have been when I'm back home. But again, I knew that was going to be the case when I came out. It doesn't make it any easier, those sessions, but I think having those expectations can make it a little bit easier, certainly on the kind of the mental side of things. Tomorrow morning before we fly is going to be my final run, so that will be the training finished. Do you hear that there?
Yeah.
I have loved so far. The first 2 weeks have been amazing, and I cannot wait for the next 2 weeks.